It's a gift to be able to disconnect from the chaos around you and just have a raw one-on-one conversation with yourself. Sometimes the conversation is not always the easiest, but it's almost a sacred interaction with the self that must be had for your inner growth to evolve and self-development to fortify. Becoming aware of your thoughts and paying attention to your truths and needs through self-reflection rids of the unnecessary clutter that we let linger in our daily lives and allows us to foster balance or even heal. In today's motivational video, I'll share 5 tips that can help you achieve your balance, also known as equilibrium. I'm Izabel Liwo. Alive and Living 360 starts in less than 10 seconds. Finding your equilibrium happens when you allow yourself to dig deeper. And I'll jump right to those 5 key tips in no particular order. Number 1, you need to gain clarity on your life by determining who you are, your core values, boundaries, deal breakers, and where you're going. All of the above lie at the source of our very being, and if we're solid on them, we'll develop healthier relationships and a healthier life. In general, we all have our personal belief systems, and we have a right to exercise that respectfully. Most of us, however, have a hard time understanding who we are, what we want, and our boundaries. Awareness of the above reflects our self-esteem, and self-awareness, or doing the work to heal from any past trauma, equates to equilibrium, which is your sense of balance. Number 2, shape your inner construction. I want you to think about what goes on in here, your mind, and here, your body. Internally, when you feed your mind the right food for thought or body the right food for growth, it enables you to shape who you are within by grasping a true understanding of your truest needs versus the wants. Whenever you're being true to yourself, it shows externally because you're doing the work within and with care. But more importantly, you create this healthy relationship with yourself where you're no longer afraid to look inward and embrace all aspects of you with pride, irrespective of how great or not so great it may be viewed as to the world. At this point, because you're more aware of what you're allowing to penetrate your mind or body, all that matters to you inevitably is how you feel about you, and that's balance. 3, understand when you're being enough versus excessive. So how do you really know? You need to focus on what's really important, your needs versus your wants when it comes to being authentically you. This method, in a sense, encourages you to look outward and also pay attention to the subliminal messages or direct messages you allow to infiltrate. I'll touch on this more in future videos, but this is where self-care begins. Set your boundaries with the self. It's easy to find a gazillion reasons to be dissatisfied and not be able to reach the beginning stages of happiness or true joy. But for those gazillion, there's another exillion reasons to be satisfied. If you're one of those people that seek reasons to be dissatisfied, and I mean intentionally, it's because you might be used to settling. Be high value when it comes to you. Some of us measure our value or happiness by comparing ourselves to others. That's a mistake. The reality is you were perfectly and uniquely made. You're enough. You just have to find your way back to you, and you don't necessarily need to be or do more to come into your own. This imbalance or doubt can form when you compare yourself to others. This is because comparing yourself sets you up to be low value because you've already reduced your worth in your eyes. When you set boundaries with yourself and seek needs instead of wants, you're simplifying your life and giving yourself permission to be happy and increase your value and accept everything about you organically. 4, one way to achieve equilibrium is by practicing equanimity, whereby you use your physical body or sometimes mental capacity to find your mental calmness or composure, especially after a difficult situation. In other words, equanimity is basically finding your center or finding ways to foster and reach a state of calm after negative triggers. For example, you can practice equanimity through meditation or yoga, grounding or earthing, which is an electrical connection to the earth whereby your body has direct contact with the earth. For example, walking barefoot on the ground, laying on the ground, or by placing your palms directly on the ground to allow your body to receive vibrations from the earth. In other words, it's a transfer of the earth's energy to the human body. There are many health benefits with this practice to your health overall, such as reducing stress or pain. And it also helps improve your blood flow. Read up on it. It's a thing. But anyway, breathing exercises, prayer, find or do a scripture, or create your own prayer that you say to yourself when you get heated or your energy is attacked by negative people or things around you, and release it up to him. In these examples, prayer and breathing are more instant or in the moment measures, but making the time to do the rest is essential as well. Number 5, reflect. Allow yourself to engage, assess your progress, do a detox of the negative energy or thoughts you accept. Detox, 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 then positively replenish. Ask yourself, how are you feeling? Is this what you want out of life? Are you doing the things you need to do for your growth? Are you welcoming and securing only healthy relationships and discarding the ones that leave you wound up in what seems like an emotional roller coaster? Are you living your life conscious or on autopilot? Are you living on purpose and 360 fully? When things are clear and breezy within, there's less pressure to seek validation or fulfillment externally to meet your needs internally, because you're free and free to be you always. It's crazy how much you can accomplish when you have that necessary conversation with yourself that requires you to engage in self-awareness, self-care, and self-growth. As a result, the more you put these 5 tips into practice, external factors won't be able to shake you off base or trigger you or displace your energy to a negative place. And that's true balance. There's nothing like owning your inner freedom. Clinch it. Get a hold of who you are so nothing can break you, and you'll find your equilibrium.